Have always loved teaching and teachers, and I was definitely the teacher's pet when I strived to be that person because there was something about all of my teachers that I just really was fascinated by, and I thought I wanted to go into education in terms of K through 12 education when I was first beginning college because of so many teachers that really impacted my life when I was younger. And there were two in particular. I went to public school my whole entire career as a child and as a middle school and high school student, and I definitely loved that, and I never really wanted anything different. I went to a really large high school, and so it was not your typical, it wasn't a smaller classroom. I had huge classes, but I still had these wonderful teachers that really impacted my my career and then into college. And I had one teacher in 4th grade. Her name was Mrs. Roy, and she really changed my life, I would say. You're so young at that age, and my family actually started going through a really hard time, and I never knew that a teacher would really care or want to invest their time into you until her. And she really took the time to, she knew what my family was going through, and my parents were going through some pretty hard things, and she would sit with me during PE and literally just sit and counsel me and give me M&M after M&M or whatever it was, and help me to not cry and to not struggle. And so more than just teaching me and being an educator, she was a role model and a friend, and she truly cared about me and my life. I wasn't just a student in her classroom. She definitely wanted me to better myself and to really, even as a young girl, to really be strong and to make it through the situation. And so she means a lot to me and to my family because of that. And then I think middle school is they're some of the hardest years and some of the most awkward years, and I really had a teacher in 8th grade that was an incredible teacher. I nominated him for Teacher of the Year. He was just an incredible educator on so many levels. He loved his job, and there are a lot of teachers that I met that were really struggling and didn't really enjoy their job, or it was kind of mundane, and you could tell, and the students could feel it. And Mr. Holman was his name. He absolutely changed that middle school experience for me. He spent so much time on his lessons, and he taught history, 8th grade history, and all of the students, he was the favorite of the entire 8th grade class, and everyone wanted to take his class and was dying to be in there because he would make history come to life. I just was so inspired by his commitment to teaching and his commitment to education, and to really make that come alive. He was not a very social man. He wasn't trying to be the students' best friends. He wasn't trying to be cool. He just loved his job, and it was because of him that I really decided that I wanted to be in education of some sort, because he impacted my life so much. I used to want to be a teacher, as I said, and I thought I was going to end up being in K through 12 education, but as I went to college, I really was impacted by a lot of the student organizations that I was in, and that's why I chose to go into higher education, because I still feel that I have that mentorship responsibility and ability to really teach students and to show them in this transition time, anytime. In college, it's a totally different transition than in high school and middle school, but I really want to still pour into them in a different way. I think teachers are definitely still celebrated, but not to the level they may have once been, and I hope that we gain that back, because it is such a powerful job, and it's such a hard job, and I know it's an exhausting process to educate so many different types of students and to stay challenged and motivated and to really want to pour into those students. And so I feel like whether it's raising their salaries or whatever it means, if we can celebrate them like we celebrate other areas of our society, I think education will be a better world to be in.